Live NFL trivia every Tuesday night on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come show off your football knowledge and have a chance to win cash prizes. Check the link in the description to find out more. And now, on with our feature presentation. A bad beat, when you pretty much got the win locked up in the bag. A string of catastrophic events would have to happen for you to lose your money. There doesn't seem to be any conceivable or possible way that you lose at this point. Yet somehow, the Vegas gods conspire against you, and you lose. If you've gambled before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Heck, you might have even found yourself on both sides of it. These moments that may or may not be incredibly insignificant in terms of the wins and the losses, but for those who bet on the game, can provide incredible drama or heartbreaking disappointment. Scott Van Pelt has this incredible series on SportsCenter called Bad Beats, where he looks at the best of these bad beats from the past week in sports. But that segment only focuses on the previous week. I want to take a deep dive. I want to do what I do best and take a look at NFL history, and examine some of these absolutely terrible moments in bad beats. I'm talking about the bad beats from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm talking about the bad beats that would make your jaw drop when you saw it pop up in the newspaper the day after the game. And today, we're hopping in the time machine and going all the way back to 1993. Welcome to the Bad Beats Club. For today's 3 bad beats from 1993, we're going to go out of order chronologically, because there's an incredible double bad beat at the end that has to be seen to be believed. With that in mind, we're starting Miami for the Week 12 matchup between the Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Miami is a pretty heavy favorite to win this one, and after 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, they lead it 17-6. When Irving Fryer scores on a 44-yard touchdown pass from Steve DeVerg with just over 2 minutes left, it seemed as though if you picked the Dolphins to cover, you were on cloud 9. You were safe. The Pats hadn't scored a touchdown all game. Since October 18th, they had scored 1 touchdown. It was November 21st. There's no way you're losing this bet. On the first 2 plays of the drive, rookie quarterback Drew Bledsoe gets 2 completions to pick up a first down. First, he hits Vincent Brisby for a modest gain, and then he hits Michael Timpson to get the Pats near midfield. But after they get a play out before the 2-minute warning and it goes for a sack, things are looking ideal for Miami. It's 2nd and long, and New England needs a touchdown for you to lose your money. How are the Pats going to find a way to do this? Well, Bledsoe completes 2 passes in a row, hitting Brisby and then hitting tight end Marv Cook. By this point, the Patriots are now solidly in Miami territory, but all you really need to worry about here as a Dolphins bettor is a Pats receiver getting behind the secondary. Just don't allow anyone to get behind you, and you're golden. Of course that happens. Where the heck was that deep ball all game? The Pats had no completions go longer than 30 yards on the entire day, and sure enough, Bledsoe and Ray Crittenden of all people connect for that quasi-garbage time situation touchdown. Heck of a first touchdown for Crittenden to score, but it came at the expense of Dolphin bettors everywhere. Back to week 2 we go. It's the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football. The whole country is watching, and they've been treated to a fairly high-scoring game. At halftime, the Browns lead at 20-13. There have been 7 different scoring drives. And as exciting as this game might seem, if you got the over, you are loving life right about now. The over-under is 39, and we're already at 33 at the half. 1 touchdown and you win. 2 field goals and you get your money back. After the Browns punt on their opening drive of the half, the Niners are able to drive down the field. Just outside the red zone, Steve Young finds Jerry Rice on a connection we've seen hundreds of times before. This is going to be the one that breaks the over. Hold on a sec. Did Jerry Rice just drop that? Did the greatest receiver that the game's ever seen just seriously drop that touchdown? Did he not know where the ball was? Well, at least the Niners are going to get some points on this drive with a chip shot field goal. Nope, it's blocked. Yes, you could have had your bet won right then and there, but at least the Browns get 3 on the next drive, and they get 36 total points. 1 more conventional score and you cannot lose. The Niners get nothing going on their ensuing drive. They punt it away. Then the Browns also get nothing going and are forced to punt. Time to sweat a bit after these developments, and the sweating intensifies on the next drive after the Niners get into Cleveland territory, but then proceed to blow it after Steve Young throws an interception to Eric Turner. Amazingly enough, you can also blame this one on Jerry Rice. He just drops it. Not sure what was up with Rice on this night, but it definitely was a performance he'd like to forget. Bernie Kosar then takes a shot deep and has Michael Jackson wide open, but this throw drives bettors off the wall. Overthrew him by a hair. Would have been a touchdown to end it, but the Browns punt it away. San Francisco gets the ball back, and once again they get into Cleveland territory. This time though, Steve Young fumbles it and the Browns recover. But it gets worse, because for the 4th time this half, San Francisco gets the ball back and is able to get into Cleveland territory. This time, Mike Hofer lines up for a field goal. And are you kidding me? How have the Niners not scored this half? After an awful hold, once again the Niners come up empty-handed. If any one of the following things happen, you don't lose your money. The Niners hit one of 2 chip shot field goals. Jerry Rice doesn't drop one of 2 easy passes. San Francisco scores just once in the red zone to go from 33 at the half, just 6 points shy of the over, to just 36 by the end of the game. Well, that's just heartbreaking. And the crazy part, the Browns play an even worse beat a week later. Alright, this one's a special one. 6 days later, the Browns are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Raiders. With 3:15 left in the game, the Raiders are leading at 16-3. Los Angeles entered this game as 3-point favorites, and the over-under was 35, with us currently being at 19 points. Even with 2 touchdowns, you're still completely fine. This is a surefire thing, especially if I told you that this game would not be decided in overtime. It's tough to imagine scenarios where, especially with the over-under of 35 and just 19 points being scored, you're not going to win your bet. Vinny Testaverde fumbles the ball and the Raiders recover, but the referees rule that Testaverde's knee hit the ground beforehand, so no fumble. That could have ended the bet for good. You be the judge on whether or not Testaverde fumbled this one. And on the very next play, Testaverde redeems himself, hitting Lawyer Tillman for a 12-yard touchdown to make it 16-10. There's 2:26 left. You may have to worry a bit if you got the Raiders at -3, but the over-under is safe with 26 points and 35 needed. Well, after some awful field position, the Raiders go 3 and out, with Cleveland using some timeouts to stop the clock. Time for the Raiders to just punt this ball away to Cleveland and make it offensive. Oh no. Jeff Gossett's taken the safety. Yes, this is a smart play in this situation because the Browns need a touchdown either way, and you don't want to give the Browns a short field. But still, that makes the total score 28. If the Browns can score a touchdown, they can destroy everything out of nowhere. The strategy of trying to make it a long field for Cleveland on the safety punt was unsuccessful, as Eric Metcalf ran it past midfield. But the clock is running and the Browns haven't done a whole lot with it. Just 47 seconds left. And how on earth did Mark Harrier come up with this catch? How the ball never hit the ground, I don't know, but it's a heck of an effort to get the Browns in the red zone. Then it's Keenan McCardell on a very similar play. Gets the Browns at the 1-yard line with 11 seconds left. First down, it's incomplete. Just 6 seconds left. 6 seconds to hold on to your bet. Sure enough, that bet's about to be shattered. Eric Metcalf runs it in to give the Browns the win and the score. Just to recap, the Raiders led 16-3 with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Despite the Raiders being favored by 3 and despite the over-under being 35, if you bet on the Raiders and the over, you did not win any money. In fact, you walked away with a loss. I guess the lesson back then was don't bet on any game involving the Browns, because it's not good for your health and will be a roller coaster of emotions the whole way through. So there you have it, 3 of the worst bad beats from the 1993 season. If you were gambling over 25 years ago and happened to place a bet on either one of those 3 games, then my condolences. Have a seat at the Bad Beats Club. Be sure to like this video, ring the notification bell, subscribe down below if you haven't already, as it helps the channel out a lot, and be sure to check out Twitch every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for your chance to play NFL Trivia and win cash prizes. Link in the description below. If you want to see videos like this condensed down to 60 seconds, then follow me on TikTok at JRGator9 and subscribe to 60-second NFL History on YouTube. Also, special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters to help get the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. So you can become a patron and request future video topics in the description below.